am been thinking about this for, of course, a week before now, and not sure. I don't think I really planned terribly well what to say or do for my father. My father himself is in a state that is unique and very confining, and there's nothing really I could do for him. Being that he has multiple sclerosis and had it all my life, and it's challenging to really feel like what really value can I give and do except to reach out to him and let him know I love him. And I almost always play him Green Sleeves because it's his favorite tune, and maybe play my violin and do some other things. And I had written him a poem / song, and I shared that with him, and I was thinking about sharing that also in this video. And I'm just kind of compiling thoughts about fatherhood and how important it is to be a father and to be fathered. We all men have the opportunity to have a wife and thereby children, and it doesn't always happen for everybody. There are couples who, of course, don't have kids, and there are guys who never get married, and I understand that. But fatherhood, when you have that opportunity and you do have kids and so forth, it's a special thing. And there's definitely great importance to children to have a good father. And in some ways, my father was not, quote unquote, the ideal father, of course, because he gradually could not be the father that he even once wanted to be. Gradually, the MS limited his ability to love and to talk and to be like a normal father. And my brother and I, we pretty much accepted it. Father more active and more, he spoke more and was able to do more, even though even then it was limited. But now it's truly limited. And now it's our turn to kind of give back to our father. And I was thinking about all this father aspect in the spiritual sense. Children, father, and the father towards the children. Malachi says, at the end of the days, I'll probably read that, find that verse, the last verse in the Old Testament, that you turn the hearts of the children to the father and turn the hearts of the father to the children. We need that so badly in our culture. And this morning I went to church, and actually yesterday I was playing a song that I really liked, and it was like upbeat and everything. And I don't usually jump up and down, but I sometimes do. I get excited, especially when nobody's around. Anyway, I'll jump up and down, and then my daughter came out of her room, the bathroom, and she asked me a question, and I was slow to answer because I was still catching my breath and jumping up and down. And I explained that to her, and I said, I haven't done that very often, but in my mind I was thinking, I'm ready for church this morning, and it happened. There was a song that was appropriate, and man, I got into it, and that joy of the Lord was there, and I just jumped where the kids jumped, and one or two other guys were jumping with us. It was just a good worship service in that sense. But about the third song, I felt something in my heart. It's just a picture of worshiping with my children. I think this is definitely wonderful if you have your children with you, whenever you can. If you're to worship with your children, because there's power, there's encouragement, there's this example to put before your children how much we love our Heavenly Father, and be an example to our children of how we can live before God our Father, and just the unity that happens, our relationship with God and our relationship with our family, and just that whole aspect of worship and union in all those ways is a beautiful thing. And I started to cry. And then it came a quick moment. I almost started to get depressed. And this weird mixed emotions, like, I wish my daughter came to see me at my church. And, it was just a weird mix of emotions. And a little bit upset, maybe. She should have, but I didn't go there very long because I realized I was in the wrong attitude. I just knew I wish I was with her and she with me. And then just like seconds later, it's like, go to her church. It wasn't terribly far away. It was less than a half an hour. And I felt like that was the right thing to do. Instead of sitting there and starting to go and mully grub and wish this and wish that, it's Father's Day. It would bring joy to my heart to be with her. And I texted her fiance, found out they were going to the second service, and everybody was there. She didn't leave early to go home. So I left my church and I went. And I definitely didn't regret it. And I was joining them in their worship service. They only missed 10 minutes of their service. It was really good to worship with her and to worship God. And I just want to encourage you to do that, to worship God, your Father, to honor Him. And to remember, this other little aspect that came to my mind was, my children will always love me, but I can always love them. And I won't always be perfect loving them, but I'm going to strive to do that no matter what, and not take offense, or we all will be imperfectly loving one another. But God, our Heavenly Father, He loves us so perfectly. He loves us so well. And it's like, I just want to be like Him, my Heavenly Father. And I know I got room to grow, so much room to grow. But I just had to go be with her, and I had to show her that I loved her. And if I was doing the right thing, I'm not trying to pat myself on the back, but I just wanted to share the story, because I don't always do what I like to do or say what I should say. I have to apologize sometimes. But it made me think of my God, our Heavenly Father, who loves us despite our imperfections, despite us reaching out to Him and loving Him. Do we love God? I don't think so. Honestly, I'll never forget the song by Randy Stonehill. It says, that's why we don't love God. I think if we're honest with ourselves, just like James says, we deceive ourselves if we say we love God but don't do certain things, Maybe be very careful. Let's be genuine. Let's be honest. Let's be truthful. Let's be real to ourselves. And come on, God knows everything. Who we deceive? Yes, I think in the heart of hearts of most Christians, we love God. But really love God. I mean, we always should be striving more and more to love God, more genuine, more giving of ourselves. It's never ending, He definitely outloves us, okay? Let me put it that way. And that's the point. He loves us so much. And that's why I was trying to exemplify to my daughter. Whether doesn't matter how she loves me, whether she loves me imperfectly or sometimes, or I don't want to focus on how she may not love me. Rather, I want to focus on how I can love her. That's kind of the point. How can I love her well? And not so much why isn't she loving me? And that's what God does for us. I assuredly, He loves us. He loves you very much. And we hear that phrase oftentimes, and sometimes people take advantage of it. I think we do cheapen grace sometimes. But I just have to say, on this day, let's not forget how much God really loves us, how much God really chasing after us and seeking us and trying to draw us to Him. And I encourage you to take that time to be with Him. Our pastor is trying to get us to read a book called The Secret Place, I believe it is, so last name is Sorge, S-O-R-G-E, I think. And We need to take the time to God. He's our Father. And so many things cross my mind. I'll think about too. Just pop in my head. But Lionel Harris years ago wrote a song, I miss my time with you. Those moments together used to be with me each day. It hurts me when you say you're too busy trying to serve me. And I'm trying to remember the rest of it. How can you serve me if your spirit is empty? There's a longing in my heart, wanting more than just a part. It's true. It's true. I miss my time with you. So I believe that's the message I just wanted to share with you guys. God misses his time with you. He's a good Father. Let's show him how much we love him.